Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
We have a major incident that has happened with Oscar. Or you could just say it's his day of the week that he takes off. But I'm curious what did you say about his dog? Because this does seriously
leg
concern
has
me.
Given out. Now Santos has had certain hip troubles in the past. Nothing serious. He can get around. I've seen the dog go downstairs. He goes downstairs like a bunny. He hops stair to stair because he has some hip trouble. But
it's not an old dog, though.
No, it's not, and it's
right.
it's
we'll
an
have to get him,
expensive dog.
To talk about it.
Yeah,
when he comes
recently pulled a muscle that they were talking about having surgery on.
Now, how does a
I
dog?
remember that. Didn't he
pull a
mention that
muscle?
on the show?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so they're talking about
he's
surgery.
dealing with that. So
Yeah.
we'll let him deal with that. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. And it is a Thursday show. I have been. I want to start today's show by sharing with you an admission that I am a hypocrite.
How?
Well, I have been preaching for the last maybe year or two that you have to be responsible, you have to be careful. I tell my wife, don't text and drive.
Right.
I tell, I try to behave myself.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, we experienced something down here in Southwest Florida that I haven't seen since my days in Washington, D.C., and that was what we call simply a volume traffic jam.
Okay.
Which means a volume traffic jam, we're used to it in D.C., is the simple volume of the traffic resulted in bumper-to-bumper, 4 miles per hour on a major highway.
Too many cars. They build inadequate roads, and they cannot satisfy the need of the amount of cars on it.
Where if you're in a major city, I don't consider where I live to be anything close to a major city.
Right.
And it was a surprise. And when I saw it, first of all, always check if you've got alternative routes. Put your little app, whatever it is, your map app that now shows you, Waze, for example,
Yes.
which I have become addicted to, will let you know what's ahead of you. And all it takes is a 5-second decision to pop in your destination, and you look at it and go, that's unusually long, and you'll be able to perhaps negotiate around it. Or Waze will do it for you. It's a great app, and
I love Waze.
It's been around forever, and I'm addicted to it. It's my
We
favorite. I don't
found
think
it
there's
on
any
our-
better alternative out there.
We discovered Waze together. Oscar presented it to us on our road trip to Florida. Remember, we were on the 95 South, and he popped it out, and it was
And
fantastic.
in those days, it was still a little problematic.
Yes.
Where it got happy, and it didn't exactly nail it as far as avoiding traffic jams. Because I used it on another trip on the 95 highway going from Virginia down to Florida, and it took me off some side highway in the Carolinas that screwed my life up. But
It
that's
does
not the point.
require a leap of faith sometimes to go with Waze.
Well, but my leaps of faith are, I know the routes I have. I've got the alternative routes. There are only 2 of them, and I know them well, and it worked for me beautifully when we had the Thanksgiving traffic.
Okay.
So I'm in this traffic, and I see that my 20-minute drive will now be, how long will it be? I think as opposed to arriving, not that bad. It was maybe a 40-minute to an hour delay. It was a big delay. It was a delay that told me I have to go 8 miles, and it was going to take me the better part of an hour to go 8 miles. That's bumper to bumper. That's 4 miles per hour. So I'm fine. And then this is something Waze never did before. For me, at least, I hadn't seen it, where it says traffic freeing up. I mean, I love the technology. I love
Yeah,
that
I've seen that.
It's
That's a
able to
great thing to
process
see,
when
too,
it's
yeah.
breaking up, and it shortens the amount of traffic because I'd already popped in my destination. But the
Are you a
problem
slave
is,
to the arrival clock? I love looking at the arrival clock and watching
well,
it
yeah,
change.
I mean, it just lets you know where you're
Yeah.
going to be and when you're going to be. And, there are angry, retired 70-year-olds
Yeah.
that are, I don't want to keep waiting because God forbid you do that. These are, men who are, set in their ways.
Yes.
Anyway. So I'm looking at this thing, and I see that it's going to free up traffic. If I had taken the time to just put a destination in, I would have seen the anomaly, and I would have been fine. But it starts to break up. Now, as anybody who lives in a major metropolitan area, any area with heavy traffic knows that once you are extricated from, in some cases, people behind me, an hour-long delay where you're crawling and you have no options. And the highway system, when you really think about it, is just effed anyway.
Of course.
You're essentially trapped on, if you have exits that are far apart, you're boned. There's just no way. And you see, we had two people, maybe three. I think we had three. We had three people that go in the emergency lane and go flying past.
Oh,
Now,
sure.
look, they might be legitimate emergencies. They might be fecal emergencies. I don't know what it is, but these people are
grant them
flying.
The ability to use the emergency exit lane if
No.
it's a fecal emergency?
No, you go in your car.
As you have.
I don't know. Who knows what they're simply pricks that don't want to wait like everybody else. And
right.
one of them, a Mustang GT, got caught because
Good.
there's a sheriff that comes zooming up behind him, and he nailed him. And then I saw that there were three other cars that had been stopped, and they're all getting busted. They're all getting
Good.
busted for trying to go around. So finally, the traffic breaks up. Oh, joy. Oh, rapture. And that's when it's like somebody with a checkered flag, I should say a green flag,
Yes, for the
waving
start.
it up front because people are going nuts. So I get up to speed, and how did this go down? I get up to speed. I get up to speed, and I'm passing in the right lane, which is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-lane highway. And as I get up to this Audi, let me see. What was the type of Audi? I think it was called the Audi A-Hole. It was called that was the type of car I was passing. It was called the Audi A-Hole.
A classic model.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't get the trim package. The trim package is the Audi Lady A-Hole. No, I'm sorry. The Audi Karen. The Audi Karen A-Hole. Now, what I tell people is that you never know. You hear about it all the time, especially down in Dodge City in the land of guns down here. You hear it all the time. All the time that, somebody gets into an altercation, there's gunplay, or there's driven off a road. We see the videos now.
Yes.
One of the best I've ever seen was somebody that's having road rage, and a guy is just like waving his arms around, and then you look in he's got the camera. This guy's got a camera in the front and a camera in the back, and the camera in the back sees the guy go off the highway and roll his car.
Yeah.
And as opposed to being concerned for his safety, the guy goes, ha, ha, yeah.
I've always felt you should show great sympathy for people that roll their cars.
Thank you. I understand that. You
just
were
the
not
thought.
involved in. I should point out that you were not involved in any road rage incident, right?
No, I was not. I was just zoned out.
Very good. So it breaks loose, and I'm passing, and a lady in the aforementioned Audi Karen A-Hole starts to move over into my lane, and I'm halfway along her car. And I guess she wanted me to back off. So I zoom ahead, and then I look in my rearview mirror, and she jerks her car into the lane in back of me. She zooms up about an inch from my bumper, and she gives me the double salute.
Oh, that's the double
Like this.
pumper is not okay.
And she's obviously screaming because she's going like this.
Yeah.
And it was spontaneous. I'm not proud of it. You shouldn't do this. It's not safe. Let me put it this way. My acceleration pedal accidentally slid over to the brake quickly and heavily.
Oh, dear.
And, I brake checked her. I was pissed.
Yeah,
I don't
well, you
like the
should
double
be.
pumper.
No.
And then she jerks into the other lane, and she comes rolling up on me, and God love her, the window comes down.
Wow, she's ready to go.
And the traffic is still heavy, so I can't really hear what she's screaming, but it's like, and I only say one word.
What's that?
And I say it loudly, but she's already passed me. She's said her piece.
Yeah.
And she's zoomed ahead, and she might have heard it in the background. You know?
Yeah.
It was I was using a baseball term. You know. I
Oh.
said bunt.
You do love your sports.
It was. So at the end of this, God damn it, I didn't hit my clock again.
We're at
God,
10
I
minutes.
hate that.
We're at 10 minutes, and also, Mike, you can look on the upper screen of your recording software on your screen. You'll see a clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's about right. It's off by a few seconds, but it's not bad.
Oh, where?
No, on the far left where it says
We're not
people.
supposed to do this.
You're
Remember we
right.
told-
You're right.
We're so disciplined.
There's a clock there as well. But anyway, from what I hear, this is not only unsatisfactory behavior on the part of the Karen, but you didn't do anything to draw this ire, did you?
Where is the clock, by the way, on this screen that I
Okay,
have in front of
on the
me?
far right,
Yeah.
you have to perhaps open the window that says people, if you don't have that open. And then there's a clock.
I got it?
Yeah. We're at 11:30
cool.
right now. Yeah. No, Mike, you
It's
must
gone.
respect the Therm Pro. Respect the Therm Pro.
Can I make it? Matt, can I make it bigger?
No.
Not really.
Not really. All right. Thank you.
But you didn't do anything to draw this kind of ire from her, did you?
Well, yeah. I mean, she wanted to get over, and I guess I was supposed to slam my brakes and let her in, but it was
that's
not.
her.
It wasn't a merge. We were far away from an exit. She
Yeah.
wasn't getting off at an. Well, she was getting off at my exit. So she zooms up ahead, and because I am a skilled negotiator of traffic, I actually make it up to where I'm in back of her.
Okay.
And by this time, I think in the state that she was in, she wasn't paying attention to me, but I was able to get by her again.
Well, she
which
was up to
very
another. She
satisfying.
was off on another Karen adventure by that.
Yeah, but the moral of the story is that, for God's sakes, Karen, you can't be throwing that up to people and then rolling down the window on the highway and screaming. And that, I could have been a totally unstable individual. You never know what people are capable
Mike,
of.
you could have been.
And me, I'm guilty, and I cop to it.
Right. Okay.
With my brake, Have you ever been brake checked, Rob? I bet you have.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Mac, have you ever been brake checked?
Absolutely.
What is you? Are you considered a fast driver or a slow driver? We've never talked about your driving.
I wouldn't really. I'm a economic driver.
This is
What
funny
the hell
that he
does-
brings this up.
I don't
Mike.
know. I drive.
I imagine you
I would
set
say
the cruise
normal.
control at the speed limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I drive over. I drive. I don't drive super fast, but I drive like 20% above the speed limit.
This sounds like a
Wow.
clip from the Republican debate last night.
So both of you, the only clip I heard was old big man Chris Christie getting nuts, and
Yeah, I
loved
thought
it.
he was. I thought he was going
I loved
down.
it. I know you still love him because he's fat, but I think
yeah.
that
well, I had a prediction about him.
Yeah,
Years
but
ago, I said
he's
he'd
made
lose weight
some
and become
mistakes.
president. Well, he's not done that. Mike, according to AAA, there's a new study out, and this is funny you would bring this up.
Rob, turn yourself up just a wee bit if you can.
There are
Just a bit.
6
Thank
types
you.
of drivers
Yes.
on the road, and I want to know
Yeah.
which one you think you are.
Okay.
Number one, but here's the thing, is that they asked people to classify themselves. So I imagine this has to be taken with a grain of salt.
All right.
Safe drivers. They asked about risky and dangerous driving behaviors, laws, and rules of the road, and 41%.
What are
said
the
they were-
categories? How many types of drivers?
6. There are 6. 41%.
Now, do you before you give the percentages? Do
Yeah.
you want to tell me what the type of drivers are?
Yes, this is a
And
safe
explain them
driver.
before we get into percentages of the country.
This is a person that classifies themselves as a safe driver after they were informed of various risky and dangerous driving behaviors, laws, and rules of the road. So these are people that were briefed on what are the factors of making a not safe driver and still call themselves a safe driver.
All right. I'm
Would
listening.
you say, do you classify yourself as a safe driver?
Absolutely not. Not even
41%
close.
of the United States of driving Americans says they're safe drivers.
All right. No, not
All right.
me. No.
Okay. These are people, the next category, 2 of 6, Mike.
Yes.
These are people that admit to regularly speeding about 15 miles an hour over on highways and 10 miles an hour over the speed limit on residential streets. They are called speeding drivers. How many people do you think classify themselves as speeding drivers?
Well, they're not going to admit to being criminals. 25%.
23%. You're very close.
Yeah. I figured as much.
again,
they're lying too.
How do you think they're lying?
Because
The
a lot
people
more
that-
people do it than admit to it.
All right, very good. The third category, Mike, people who admit to using their cell phones while driving, especially texting and emailing. These are known as distracted drivers.
Okay. I'm not in that category.
Right.
I may be in the previous category, which is the speeding
Speeding
regular
driver. I think
speeding,
I would
'cause
actually
do.
be in the speeding driver.
No,
believe
you
it or
would
not.
No, absolutely not. No, you would
No,
not be in the speeding
Mike,
category.
I frequently set my cruise control at like 75 when
That's
I'm on the
right
toll road.
there. Right there. You've pushed yourself out of the category.
No, Mike, that's
When
not.
you say you set your cruise control,
Mike,
you
that's
say.
just lazy, is what that is.
No,
But-
but you're not Rob, you've never been a speeder. You're the most careful driver I've ever seen.
I don't know about that.
Well, obviously, when you rolled it, you fell asleep or something,
Yes.
or you know.
But no, I do exceed the speed limit. I think everyone does. If you don't in this area, you're going to kill yourself.
Carla falls squarely into the category of distracted driver.
Okay,
that is,
Mike-
and I am on her about it all the time. Where they had a whole campaign. It can wait when people are talking about texting and doing that type of thing.
15% admit to being distracted drivers.
Okay.
And I'm
15%.
surprised that people admit to it. Mike, this is my favorite category. Number 4, drivers who admit to messing around on their phones and driving recklessly, like speeding, running red lights, tailgating, and darting in and out of lanes quickly. The distracted and aggressive driver, 17% admit to this behavior.
All right, and that is, I am not in that category because I do not mess around
Right.
and drive. Now, do I occasionally look at a phone or check a phone or do something I shouldn't be doing? Yes, but not while. Yeah, I just don't do. I don't fall into the distracted category at all.
My
Excuse
car now, when I'm on my Apple CarPlay where it Bluetooths into the system, it does all that stuff for me. It tells me when I get a text, it reads my text for me, so I don't have to fool with my phone, which is great.
Okay, all right.
2%, Mike. 2% of drivers admit to taking many risky behaviors and didn't comprehend the dangers associated with them. They are the most dangerous drivers at 2%.
Read that again. What does that say? Hold on.
The most dangerous drivers, 2% of drivers on the road right now, drivers that admit to many risky behaviors and don't seem to comprehend the dangers associated with them. So they're blatantly texting, phoning, doing all this, and don't realize that it's dangerous.
I'm not in that category.
Certainly
I'm in
not,
the
no.
second one, which is the speeding.
Yeah. Mac, have you found any that matches you yet?
Yeah, I'm probably also like the speeding.
Yeah, I think we all are. And Mike, number 6, my favorite, the impaired driver. People that admit to regularly driving after drinking alcohol or using marijuana. Rural drivers were far more likely to be an impaired driver.
Did you say rural drivers?
Rural drivers, 1%. 1%.
Well,
are-
I know why. The options aren't available, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if
that's true.
you're a rural driver, you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere and you can't get the help you need. And that's not an excuse.
No.
But also, if you're a rural driver and you live in those small little hick towns, what else is there?
Well,
know?
you also you can grow your
there's alcohol and nothing else, really.
well, you can grow
know?
your own, like that blueberry farm in Maine.
The blueberry farm, but I mean, people that I've lived in rural areas, and
Yeah.
it's a real challenge.
Yeah.
City, there's no excuse.
You're
There's
right.
no excuse in the city. There's Uber and taxis and mass transit, and that should be fine. But still, people manage to do that. That is
Right.
I think you would see that the incidence of impaired driving probably increase the further away you get from a metropolitan area. I
I'd
could
say
be
that's
wrong
valid.
about this.
No, I have a question for you because you're a
Yes.
little older than me, but it seems like
I'm the brake check driver.
I know.
If you piss me off, I'm going to slam my brakes. No, I did. I did. Yes, I didn't. I slammed.
Yeah,
I
you're
slammed.
trying to draw trouble. But
I was mad. It was a spontaneous reaction to getting the double bird from Karen in back of me, and then Karen decided to pull up. And you don't just. For me, it's more dudes with the testosterone raging through their
right.
bodies than it is ladies that do that. But I've seen ladies. Ladies flip off a lot. They really do. But this lady rolling down the window to a guy a big, hairy, mean guy like me, I was shocked. What were you going to say?
Are you
I'm
sure
sorry.
she wasn't a fan?
She was not a fan.
She could have just been a fan. No,
Shared my story, my great famous story of the dildo in the car, though, yesterday.
To who did you tell it to?
One of my mates.
Great.
Same guy that retired this week, happy guy. Played with him twice this week. Nice person.
Was it called the Bulldog?
It was the Bulldog, yeah. It was the Bulldog, and we gave it to Diana. And Diana, along, I think, with Frank Murphy, wedged that into the front of my Acura Legend. And I thought I was just a really popular disc jockey when, in fact, no, I was commuting with a giant dildo in the front of my car. And that's a much longer story, but it goes on and on and on. And if you haven't heard it, well, boy, have you missed something.
Well,
but you were going to ask me something else about driving.
Yeah, you're a little older than me. You're about 13 years older than me. And I hear from people in my family, when they were growing up, it's almost like impaired driving, and invariably it's drunk driving at this point, is almost laughed off as something that just used to happen. And the switch,
you will see stand-up comedians on old television shows that will joke about it.
Yeah.
Where it used to be the thing. People would joke about it. It wasn't taken that. It took years. People still will make flip comments about it. When it's really, really serious. It's all, Rob. It's all giggles until somebody gets hurt.
Tell me about it. I was caught once doing this many years ago.
They had down here, this is years ago, but they had it down here where the, excuse me, guys, the local newspaper down here had a section devoted to habitual DUI offenders, and they had their mugshots, and it was one after the other, after the other, after the other. They're people that, look, I get certainly people that have problems with alcohol.
Yes, I'm listening.
But
I'm better now. Mike, I'm in recovery.
If you do it once, twice, 3, 5 times, go away. You're not fit to be out in society.
Don't do it. Yeah.
I mean, that's but these people, they, down here, it happens. And look, with modern society, there is no reason.
Excuse. Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you combine the fact that your judgment is impaired anyway, which is 90% of why you're going to make this stupid decision, you have to be careful. Like bowling night for the O'Maras, was festive last night.
Good.
Bowling night was extremely festive.
How were your scores?
Very, very mediocre for me.
Okay. All right.
But there is I don't know if I've discussed this game at the bowling alley. We played the team that invented this, or not invented it, but introduced me to it.
And
these are a bunch of these are a bunch of guys that are buds, and they're funny and they're social, and they're into their own thing, but they interact with the other team. Some teams don't. Some teams are just like clicks and grunt. It's like going to a Japanese steakhouse with a bunch of rednecks where nobody speaks, right?
You got to talk.
It's like, why are you at a communal table if you're not going to have any interaction with the people that are also at the table, and you're just going to go, fried rice, please.
Yeah.
So these guys are interacting, and when they you bowled all the time. You might know this.
Okay.
There's a pin that's left in the dead center, a single pin.
Oh, you have told us about this. The 5-pin shot.
The 5-pin. So the 5-pin, when it's left standing, their hands go up.
Right.
And the person bowling at that point has to knock over the 5-pin, or it gets he has to buy shots.
Yeah, you've mentioned this before, but just in
last
passing.
night, two of their team, maybe one of their team and 2 of our team, myself included, missed the 5-pin.
Oh dear.
Which means the little blue drink, whatever the hell it is, I know it had vodka in it, came over to the table.
Is it a blue motorcycle, Mike? Not that I know all the cocktails that are out there.
Maybe it was cheap. It's a special. It's a $3 shot.
All right. Well, I want to say hi real quick to Eric Zoolander, who loves the blue motorcycle. Blue, Eric, blue.
Is it a vodka-based
It's
concoction?
vodka and curacao, and I think maybe it's got Sprite as a mixer. I'd have to look
I don't know.
it up.
It didn't. No, this didn't have Sprite. It wasn't that sweet. But 3 times that came over, and thank God Mrs. O'Mara did not partake of anything except for her little 1 can of her happy
Hot
cannabis
soda?
juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she drove me home. And I probably
You're lucky.
Probably I would not have been good behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Could I? Well,
Sure.
no, I shouldn't have. It's not.
But you could have, but I'm glad you
Well,
didn't.
when you say could have, you're not supposed to say that when it comes to the land of drinky. You're supposed
Well, no,
to
I'm
say,
saying that
should
it's-
I have?
You should not have, and I'm glad you didn't.
Another horrible thing that Rob used to do is have his children driving.
Well,
That's just as bad
yeah,
as
but
well.
Mike-
9-year-old children
No,
driving
they were
a grown
16.
drunk man home from Jimmy's
They were
Old Town
16.
Tavern.
Robert once asked me not to do that anymore. I can tell you, Mike, the best DUI story. It's an old one. It goes back to the 1960s. And a good friend of our family's, his father was a...
We're not making light of it, though.
No. No, this is not anything you want to do. Right. A good friend of the family, his father was a very colorful man by the name of Smoke. And Smoke used to like to go to Charlestown races when it was just horses. And he'd go up there and, place a few bets, have a few beers, and then drive back home to the Virginia area. And one time he'd had a few beers and he got pulled. And the cop asked him to drive, to get out of the car and walk the white line on the side of the road to prove his sobriety. So Smoke got out and he took his first step on the white line and his foot turned and he fell and rolled down a 20-foot ravine into a creek. And the flashlight from the cop found him down in the creek, and Smoke yelled up, "How am I doing?"
God. Oh, my God.
It's just not like
Why'd
that
they
anymore,
call him
thank
Smoke?
God.
Did he smoke
I
a lot
don't
of
know.
weed?
I don't think it was that. I don't know why they called him Smoke. But that
Smoke.
just was his name. I mean, nicknames were better in the 50s. You just had a
Smoke.
nickname and you stuck
No,
with it. Hey,
they
Smoke.
weren't. No, you just loved the past. That's what you like, the past. Nicknames were not better in the 50s.
They were.
Right?
Yeah.
No, there are plenty of great nicknames. There are better nicknames now.
What's a great nickname now?
Sea Spray.
Mike, I stand corrected.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sea Spray
So-
Macintosh.
So, bowling. I have not. And by the way, this is it feels like an 8-month season of bowling in this league that we're in.
Yeah,
the
it's
one
your
thing I
first
haven't
time
done.
you've made this commitment, so it must seem like an eternity.
And I like it. Once I get there, I like it. I don't like it leading up to it because it's a busy day on
Yeah.
Wednesday. But once I get there, I enjoy it, and the company is fine. But they haven't changed our name on the bowling screen. And all we are known now still when we go into our lane is Team 17. And it's not acceptable. And I told Ronnie at the bowling alley last night, I said, Ronnie,
The disc
what
jockey.
does one have to do? Carlos come up to you today. He said, Fred's, he's out back painting, and you can ask him. And apparently Fred gets prickly when you ask him for minutia like that. But I came up with the name of the team that I was extremely proud of.
Remind
and
me.
unfortunately, we haven't put it up on the screen for the public to enjoy.
What was
and
it?
it's irritable bowel syndrome.
See, that's so great.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, and did you go through, I mean, I would think that you would have to go through do you have a league commissioner?
I don't know. I don't do that detail. All I did was come up with the name and then rely on that. I don't do
Yeah.
scoring. I don't do any of that.
Because I remember when I was a boy, oftentimes one of my family members would be the league commissioner, and they'd have to get to the bowling alley early, Mike, to run the ditto. Do you remember the mimeograph machine that you have to crank to make copies like in school? Well, they would do a ditto of all the standings and the team things, so maybe it runs over. It might be the boss of the commissioner. You got to find out who's the head of your league and ask him. Don't ask the painter, though. The painter
All right,
gets it
I
quickly.
have to try. You translate Oscar's text better than I do.
Okay. Oh, did you text?
This is to me and all the listeners.
Okay.
And I hope I'm not giving anything away. If you, Oscar writes, sorry for missing the show. Working on moving up his sugary up ASAP. This guy better be under warranty.
Okay. Sugary,
Surgery.
it means surgery.
Oh, okay. All right. Working on moving up his surgery
Yeah.
up. Working on moving up his surgery up ASAP. This guy better be under
And
warranty.
this guy better be under warranty would be Santos.
That's the cost of the dog surgery.
Because he was an expensive dog. Don't think he was a rescue. He was a premium dog. That's like an Audi. That dog is an Audi. And they paid cash for him.
All right,
So,
great. No
but you
problem.
know
Take
what?
care
I
of
can't
your
blame
dog.
him. If my dog was in that situation, I'd be a mess. Especially if he had to have sugary.
Yeah, but thank you. You did it. You did. I'm not laughing about the dog. That
Neither
takes
am I.
care of it.
I'm
I
laughing
get it.
about Oscar.
I understand that. That works for me now. That's good. That's
The doctor will see you now, Mike, and then you will have sugary.
so. But let me tell you what it is. It is, to me, when I get out there, that is salt of the earth. I think there is a joy, and you've done leagues before. We did it with the show. That wasn't the same thing.
No.
This is the real deal where you go down there, and Carla loves
you build
doing it. She did it
relationships. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
She did it with her family back in the day, and it's just a blast. And I love the experience, but you know, as far as the 3 5-pins that nobody picked up last night, myself included, I went down there last night saying I'm not going to have adult beverages because Michael was going to be coming.
Don't you say that a lot, though?
Yeah, all my life.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going to do that because Michael was coming with us. And I said, I don't want him to see Daddy drinking Guinnesses while he's at the bowling alley. And when he got an alternative plan to go to another bowling alley with his pals on a school night.
Okay.
Because one of our buddies, Greg, took him out there. I said, okay, kind of a free night. And the free night results in me. I have to point out that Thursdays in the O'Mara household is a fire drill. It's a fire drill.
Yeah,
Michael has to be at school extra early because he's working in the school store this morning. So I've got to get in there. Yeah. And just a note to my bride, all right?
Uh-huh.
I know you have to go to your networking meeting, and you're up at 5:30 in the morning, and you're getting ready, and you get yourself all gussied up because you got to speak to the group when you go down there. I know how that works, okay?
Yes.
Would it be too much to ask when I'm spending 18 minutes looking for my keys, when Michael's almost on the verge of crying because we're going to be late for school, and I finally call you, and you said, oh, I think I saw them. I said, where? They're on my sink. And I go into her bathroom, and on her sink right in front of her are the keys. Would it kill you? Would it kill you to pick those keys up, Carla, and bring them out to where I was so I didn't have to, because I had no idea how they got in there.
I can top you, Mike. One time I was running late, shocking to get. This is back when we were working at your house, and I looked everywhere for my keys. I had no clue where they were. I looked everywhere, and I called Carrie, and I said, have you seen my keys? And she says, oh, I think I know where they might be. I said, where? She said, in the pocket of my pants in the dirty clothes.
Oh, my God.
I said, yes, that's where they are.
Well, that's where
keys
hide. Keys hide in places like that. That's the way it goes. But a fun night. It took away all the stress of the traffic jam that I was in, and I would like to say now, do as I say, not as I do.
Here.
Because that was a stupid thing to do. If that was a lady who happened to be a Florida Karen who was a maniac, and look, it happens now.
Yeah.
If you brake check, and by the way, brake checking is illegal, is it not? Is it? I mean, if a cop sees you brake check somebody, that is
what
an
will
offense.
happen if you do it?
That's reckless.
It's reckless, and if it draws a rear ending, it automatically puts the other person at fault. So it's like drawing an accident. It's bad. It's not legal. Because if they rear end you,
proven, Karen. If it can be proven, because isn't brake checking at its core, you're going to do something that the other person is going. If the person hits you because you brake check by accident, that person is at fault.
Of course,
because that person is following too closely.
Yeah. But you're causing trouble if you do it, recklessly. That's no good.
Who's to say I saw a small lizard on the road and I didn't want to kill it? So that's why I slammed my brakes on.
But Mike, if you brake check someone, they might need sugary.
I actually know the answer to that question, Mike.
Thank you, Mac. Thank
here's
you.
Mac McIntosh.
I see these lawyer TikToks where about traffic and everything like that.
Is that where the lawyers dance?
No, he basically just shows a video and says who's liable. So if you brake check, if there's a small animal on the road, if it will not damage your car, you cannot just stop.
Okay, so you
can
can't
only
just willy-nilly
if it might damage your car.
Okay, or you think
like a squirrel?
or you think it might damage your car.
Correct, like a squirrel.
Yeah.
No, you if it's a squirrel crossing the street, you can't just slam on the brakes, and if someone behind hits you, you're liable.
But doesn't it have to be proven?
Yes.
So you have to have irrefutable evidence that you hit the brakes for no good reason.
Yes, and if you say you stop for a squirrel, that's not an excuse.
But if you say I jammed my brake because I thought the person in front of me was coming into my lane, you're covered.
That is a more iffy thing that I don't know the answer to that.
See, but I would think It would
Yeah.
be difficult to prove that you were hitting your brakes for no reason, for no good reason. I would think that would be, in a court of law, it would be a difficult thing to prove. Unless
Also,
you
there's-
had a police
But
officer
don't say
who witnessed
lizard.
it.
Don't say lizard because that's
Right.
not an excuse.
Okay, so I would say cheetah,
Sure.
right?
Sure. Yes.
Also, Mike, it goes back
that
to
would be a good excuse.
the episode of Seinfeld. Do you remember when George hit a squirrel and his
I don't.
girlfriend made him nurse it back to health for extreme expense, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars? And
I
he
wish
said,
I
"We
wish I
had
could
a
have been there."
deal. They're supposed to move. We had a deal."
Did the squirrel survive?
No, it didn't. It was the
Oh.
episode with the Merv Griffin set and the Hawks.
Jesus.
Thank
Thank you for that. That's a brain filled with useless information.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's the roundtable, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Later on today, we're going to have Nicky Diamond talking about the NFL. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned on this particular commercial. We want to welcome a new sponsor to the
Yes.
Mike O'Mara Show. We're going to share something kind of cool with you at the end of this spot. Forget generic gifts that just create clutter. Buy a gift that's truly unique, a professionally recorded song crafted just for them. It's called Songfinch. It's the ultimate gift to show you how much you care. An original studio quality song inspired by your story or the story of someone you love that's completely unique, personal, and lasts forever. Now, I did it. I got involved with Songfinch. My song arrived yesterday. It was a blast doing this. Songfinch walks you through a simple process to create an original song. I'm not talking about them walking you through making the song.
No.
You contribute the content to the song. All you do is answer a few questions like I did online, and they will pour their heart into writing, recording, and producing your original song in just 4 to 7 days. All right, I want you to check this out, and I'll give you as much of it as I think you want to hear.
All right.
This is, and I think I'm allowed to mention the artist, Declan Kennedy,
Oh,
who was
cool.
the person who recorded my song, wrote and recorded my song. This was a song that I wrote. Can you turn the music
Yeah,
down?
of course. Yeah, I'm ready when you are. Go ahead.
This is the song that I recorded. I had Declan record for my bride, for Carla. It's from the heart. I played it for her last night. There were maybe a little tear here and there. And
Yeah.
this is a song that I wrote for her specifically. And from Songfinch, this is Amazed by You.
So many said we'd never last. These past 2 decades disagree. You made your way through life, overcome more than I can comprehend. We found the love we could not deny, never looked back, only ahead. Take my hand, take a look around, take it in how far we've come. This life we've built, I'm just so proud, and it's all thanks to you, my love. So this Christmas caller, all I'm wishing for is the brightest smile upon that face of yours. Yeah, 'cause you deserve it more than anyone. For all that you are, all that you've overcome. As a mother and wife in working life, I'm in awe of all you do. Inside and out, every part, your mind, your heart, your beauty, yes, it's true. I'm amazed by you.
And that's
That
the
is
song.
so amazing.
That is amazing. It is so
I
exciting to have a
love it.
sponsor that is doing this. For listen to here's the offer, and this is so cool. I went through the whole process. I did it. You're gonna love it. It's
Easy,
it's
right?
Truly
I mean, just
awesome.
quick to do what you
Oh,
gave
it's
him.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
really,
man.
really, really
Beautiful, too.
let me tell you, for a limited time, Songfinch is going to let our listeners upload their song on Spotify for free, so you can listen to your new favorite song anywhere you go.
So
go to
cool.
songfinch.com/TMOS and start your song. After you purchase, you'll be prompted to add Spotify streaming for your original song for free. That's a $50 value. This offer is only available for our listeners at our special URL, songfinch.com/TMOS. That's songfinch.com/TMOS, and be sure to share your song with us. Love to hear it, because that's
Absolutely.
just one of the artists that do it, and just super cool. It's Songfinch, and we're so excited to have you, and I hope Carla liked the song as much as I did making it for her. So
fun.
Check out Songfinch, and we're very, very excited. Glad to have you on board the Mike O'Mara Show. Songfinch, we appreciate it. There it is. There it is.
They could do an original song about the Kraken.
The Kraken and the boom, ladies and gentlemen. Where is the boom? Where is
Give it
the
a boom.
boom?
Give it a boom.
I turned it down. I apologize. Here we go. Ready? All right.
There it is.
What is wrong today? I swear to God.
Well, Mike,
I don't know
you're
what's
concerned
happening.
about the dog. You might need sugary.
Yeah. Oh, Oscar got back to me, by the way, with his text message, and he said, let's see, on the 14th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a hobbled dog.
You see,
Hobbled.
that's silly, because it's not the 14th day of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
we've got actually, Mike. There's only 18 days left until the holiday.
There it is. You find it. You find a way to shoehorn it in here. There we are.
Shopping, 18 days to fill the stocking, 18 days
Here he comes, Mike. He's been drinking, but not driving.
No, not driving at all.
Hi there. It's later than you think. Only 18 more shopping days till Christmas.
I like that.
Sometimes he just sort of gives up at the end.
Hi there. I've got a Lucky Strike Unfiltered in my hand. Hi there.
It's Mike. It's James Fitzpatrick.
All right, hit the boom again, please.
Do
Thank
it.
you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most important people in the history of television and of comedy itself has passed away. The great, great Norman Lear, who absolutely hung on for a long, long time. It's quick when they get to this age. 101 in the 90s. We lost, 90-something years old was Carl Reiner.
Yep.
And then we lost. We still have Mel Brooks, right?
Don't
Mel
even
Brooks
say
is part
his
of that
name.
group.
Don't say his name.
Sorry
Don't.
about that. According to a statement, 101, Norman Lear. He was, quote, surrounded by his family as we told stories and sang songs until the very end. Lear was a writer-producer who created a ton of hilarious and socially relevant shows. Listen to this list.
It's amazing.
This is a special dude. All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Maude, Good Times, Mary Hartman, Sanford and Son, and One Day at a Time. You have guys with mansions in Beverly Hills when they are co-producing one hit show.
Exactly.
Think about this guy and how many he did. He also helped fund some classic movies. This is Spinal Tap. I didn't know he had an involvement in that.
Yeah.
Stand By Me. These are all
I
Rob
didn't know
Reiner
that.
movies,
I
by
didn't
the
know
way.
that. Yeah, of course.
Because he collaborated with Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
When Rob Reiner reinvented himself as one of the great directors in Hollywood.
No
This
longer
is Spinal
Meathead.
Tap.
Yeah.
What's that?
He was no longer Meathead. He was a director.
Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, Fried Green Tomatoes. The first three were directed by All in the Family star Rob Reiner.
Mm-hmm.
So those are great. All of them iconic films. Fantastic.
And also, just to a letter, loved by the Hollywood community. He was a good guy, a very nice guy, and he had a reinvention of One Day at a Time that he dropped on Netflix just like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
amazing.
he was working until the very, very end. It's a tremendous loss that he was a visionary, to be quite honest.
Good long life for Norman Lear. Oh, that's my other thing. Thank you very much. Time Magazine unveiled its 2023 Person of the Year, and yeah, it's Taylor Swift. There you go.
Oh.
The article says that Taylor divulged the insane fitness routine she adopted for the Eras Tour. That started 6 months before she hit the road. Here's what she did, according to Taylor. Every day, I would run on the treadmill, singing the entire set list out loud. Fast for fast songs, and a jog or fast walk for slow songs. Her gym also prepared a program consisting of strength conditioning and weights, and she did 3 months of dance training. Here's her quote. I wanted to get it into my bones. I wanted to be so over-rehearsed that I could be silly with the fans and not lose my train of thought. That's a work ethic, and I love it. I love
I
it
love
when
the fact that
the
she
star
was
says
singing.
this.
You know, that reminds me of like when you watch Mick Jagger, say 30 years ago. that
Right.
He would put in so many steps and run and jump and all the stuff he would do while singing.
Right.
That's amazing. That really is
and
good.
that's, that keeps you in shape alone. She did it prior to the tour, which I think is cool. Now, she stopped drinking on the road as well, where in the past she says she toured like a frat guy. I like Taylor Swift. I think a lot of people like that. I think the popularity is justified. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She said, quote, doing that show with a hangover, I don't want to know that world. And, God, it motivates me to see what everybody's talking about. Maybe turn it on and watch the video of her concert. In between shows, she gives herself an entire day of rest where she only gets out of bed to get something to eat.
Well, you have that policy as well.
At the conclusion of this show,
Yes.
it's right back to bed.
And Mike, I'm surprised she got Time Person of the Year because I was rooting for someone else.
I'm over here now. Every year, and
I know. I just
every
want
year,
Dice to
unfortunately,
win once.
he's and that's since the '80s. I admire your resiliency on that particular one.
Someday.
Julia Roberts was asked what advice she would give her 19-year-old self. And she opened up something that other celebrities have found common ground with. Here's her quote.
All right.
Stand up straighter. God, my wife stands up straight. That's one thing. My wife's posture, I know I don't talk about it, but she has the best posture in the world. My son has the same posture. I'm so happy.
It's the posture of a skinny person, Mike.
So Julia Roberts says, stand up straighter. It's all going to be okay. And the last one, don't pluck your eyebrows. Julia is not the only actress to regret messing with her eyebrows. Julianne Moore recently said, quote, the one thing I always say is do not touch my eyebrows. Don't destroy my eyebrows like I did and countless other women that I know. So would that be plucking? Yeah. I assume that's what it is. Charlize Theron, another gorgeous woman, once said her worst beauty mistake was, quote, the thin eyebrow from the 90s. And she added that she's still recovering from overplucking. Yeah. So I guess it goes.
Yeah, I think Anthony Quinn said the same thing. You can't really mess with him.
Colin Farrell said it, too. There you go. I'm thinking by that. And Andy Rooney.
God.
If you
plucked one of his, it would unravel like a bag of dog food.
I don't know why. I don't know why they're so long.
And remember what he said when I approached him at the Super Bowl, Mike?
Too many.
Too many.
Rob was asking for an interview request. Too many requests. Finally today, a man who previously spoke out about his sexual relationship with a car has revealed that he has dumped his old motor car for a new set of wheels.
Sad.
The man's name is Nathaniel, and he went viral after he previously discussed his lovey-dovey relationship with his 1988 Chevy Monte Carlo. He starred in a documentary back in 2012 where he shared his unique relationship with the car, and he nicknamed the car Chase. All right, that's interesting.
That is.
In a new series of TLC, their show, have you watched it, My Strange Addiction?
I've seen it, yeah.
Nathaniel has told how he's moved on and is currently in a friends with benefits relationship with a fleet of vehicles. Let's see. He was in the relationship with the Monte Carlo. He called it his soulmate, and apparently his soulmate is no longer with us.
Yeah.
I guess that means he traded it or junked the Monte Carlo.
It happens. You move on.
Let's see. He's been dating several other bumpers. I'm reading it the way it was written since his boyfriend's death.
Oh.
So it's a same-sex car relationship.
That's fine, yeah.
He said he went searching for new lovers, which now he essentially has a fleet of them. One sleek, sexy black Lexus ES330 caught his eye, although he made it clear that his relationship with the Lexus is merely physical and nowhere near as serious as it was with the Monte Carlo.
Well, that's true. You want to guard your heart.
He seemingly looks at her over the rest. Oh, it's a her now. So I guess he goes
Well, I guess
between.
he's omnisexual.
Oh, he gave the Lexus a nickname, too.
Really?
Baby girl. There you go. Isn't that special?
That really is, Mike.
I looked through the article for any detail as to just how the relationship
I know
would
this,
come to
Mike,
fruition,
is,
so to speak.
You definitely want to not miss any trips to Jiffy Lube.
We got Nikki next, Rob Spiewak?
One more before Nikki.
Okay, very good. We're going to take a break, and we will be right back with more fun and more thrills. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa, everybody. Hey, everybody's out there shopping. After all, 'tis the season.
It is.
But it's crazy out there. Don't you wish shopping could be easy? It can. Just hit up the Mike O'Mara Show online store. From legacy T-shirts and cozy hoodies, morning transforming coffee mugs. We got great stickers. With the flexible key tag.
Love the key
keychain. It's your one-stop shop to show your TMOS passion, and the coffee mugs are very, very, very popular. Coffee now, hats soon. You can easily get the best merch for you or a loved one. Share the TMOS gospel. We hand-select everything for top-tier quality and killer looks. Grab your TMOS gear and support the show you love. Every purchase keeps the laughs coming. TMOSstore.com, the source for all things Mike O'Mara Show. Official, authentic, and awesome. Thank you for your support, Possums. I appreciate that. All happening at TMOSstore.com. All right, Rob, it's your dealer's choice right here.
Right.
Do you want to talk about the fruitcake injury, or do you want to talk about the holiday trend?
I want to talk about the fruitcake injury because the holiday trend is ongoing.
You burn yourself again?
No. Do you remember when we were talking on Monday, and I think even Matt can relate to this?
Yeah.
I was really trumpeting the fact that no injuries this year.
And no accidents, right? You didn't spill anything.
And I said this was Mark Riddell from above looking out for us. This is the first time we ever had this. No burns, no scars, anything on my arm. And so this evening of Monday, we were going out. When we deliver the cakes, we package them, we postage them, and we take them directly to the Merrifield Post Office, which is a huge center. All the DC mail goes through Merrifield, and that's how we get you your cakes faster.
Let me tell you something about postage too.
Yeah,
it's reasonable.
Mike,
go ahead.
Nice.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to go. No need
nice.
to tip in. No need to tip in. Thank you. Go, let's move on, please.
So that's one of the reasons Sharon Bailey, who is one of the greatest fruitcake elves of them all, has the connections to get them. That's why people got their cakes yesterday, because we got them from the
I
center.
didn't even know that. I was flying around. You told me people have received cakes. We're getting responses.
Yes.
And that's great. That's always kind of our pleasant thing at Christmas time that people get to talk about that. Very, very cool.
So the crew that showed up to drop the cakes off on this cold, windy, rainy night was me, my son Robert, and Sharon Bailey. And
God bless you, Sharon. Thanks so much for your help.
She's the greatest.
And Robert the Third, thank you too.
Yeah, we were ready to get this done, and as a dad, I think you can relate to this, Mike. Hurting yourself is okay, but you don't want to embarrass your son. That's really the worst of all. And so
I would much rather embarrass my son than hurt myself.
Really? Not me. I mean, it depends on the hurt, I guess. But we got the crates and crates of fruitcakes to the to the post office.
Right.
You literally back up to the bay like you're driving a truck, but you're only driving a Subaru. Each fruitcake package weighs exactly 1 pound.
Okay.
And this was a box of 80 fruitcakes. Counted them. 80 pounds.
Right.
And as I said in the past, that when I lost some of the weight for my hospitalization, I also lost all of my core strength. But I was also extraordinarily eager to get these cakes in the mail and to get out of the way.
What percentage, if you don't mind me asking?
Go ahead, Mike. Be brutal. Brutal.
What percentage? Sometimes when I tee you up, all right, I'll just do it. What percentage of your core strength do you think you've gotten back?
Oh, -6. It's bouncing, but it's also a daily thing.
What, that you diminish?
That
you lose it?
Sometimes it's only -5. Sometimes I'm flat. Sometimes I'm flat.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. All right, so you got the fruitcake at the post office.
Yeah, I'm extraordinarily eager to get these into the postal service and on the way.
It's kind of a John Pop thing, right? You just want to get it over with, right?
Well, no,
you want to just
not,
get
well,
this labor
too,
over with.
But also, I mean, I'm in the way there. I never feel quite comfortable backed up to a loading deck at a post office because there's 18-wheelers everywhere and everything. And so we're moving them. We're moving them in, and there's this box that's 80 pounds. And I said, I got it. And Sharon says, no, it's a 2-person box. I said, no, I got it. and I leaned over and, of course, lifted with my back, not my knees.
Okay.
It was heavier than I anticipated.
It's a reasonable amount of weight.
And I lifted it wrong, and my foot turned, and down I went. It was like
You
4
fell on your
stumbles.
ass?
No, on my knees, which are so bruised up right now. But here's the best thing. Onlookers say I missed the concrete lip of the loading dock by about 3 inches by my head, because my head slammed chin first into the crate holding the fruitcakes, and you can see under here.
So you
I busted
collapsed.
my chin open. Yeah,
You collapsed forward.
I collapsed forward.
And did you go down to your knees because that's the only way you could do it? You
right?
just
and then,
released.
So I went down. I hit right knee, left knee, crate of fruitcakes, face into the crate, chin split open, and then
Like
Robert,
real blood? Is there blood on some of the fruitcake? Will
No.
some of the fruitcakes have Rob's DNA? Some of the packages?
I can't promise that they will, but But I know I was wearing a gray hoodie,
Yeah.
and I looked down, and it was already bespeckled with my own blood. And the sad thing is we got these people at the post office, and they're so gracious, and they say, "Is he okay?" And
Right.
Robert says, "Dad, are you okay?" And Sharon
So you're
says,
bleeding.
"Yeah." Sharon says, "You shouldn't have done that."
Well, she warned you.
She did, and I should have known
Now,
better.
let me ask this.
What?
Was any part of you kind of with Sharon there, kind of like flexing to go, hey, I got this.
No,
Look, and I'm
no.
a macho man.
I just wanted out. I just
You
wanted
just wanted
to
to get
be
it done.
Yeah, because it's a lot of stuff, and you want
Right.
to move on to the next adventure.
You know what my mom would call that, making that attempt? A lazy man's load.
Precisely
My mother
right.
used to warn against that. She said, Mike, that's a lazy man's load. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, and you would think that at me closing on 53 years old, I would know better.
Yeah.
But I stood up.
Did they take the box after that? Did you
Of
go
course,
and
yeah,
just sit
yeah,
on
they-
the loading dock and
No,
bleed?
I mean, this was maybe the last box, so we were able to cruise out of there pretty quick after. But luckily,
Take you
Sharon,
to the emergency room.
Sharon had some sort of fast food napkin in her car that she handed me. And so,
From from the regular diet of Sharon Bailey. That
I put it on my chin, and I went, I was going to dab it, and I dabbed it, and I took my hand away, and the napkin stuck to my chin.
Yeah,
because of the
You've
amount of
recovered.
blood.
It's not that bad. It's not really that
but
bad.
it bled for a good hour, and I had to
Any
keep
other
compressing.
damage? Are you okay now?
Well, I'm not good on pivoting on my right leg is not great right now because
You're
there
not
is
as young as you used to be, Rob.
no,
You really
and
are.
also I have broken skin under jeans. That's how hard I went down. It was on my jeans, and so anyway.
All right.
I want
Are they out? Are they done? Are people going to
the
start?
Phase 1 is out. Phase 2 will
one
go
is
out
out, okay.
today.
All right.
And by the way, I will tease you guys for the folks that paid the extra money to get the ornament. It is beautiful this year.
We have a beautiful ornament, and we're
for all
very
you
excited
people
to be getting that
supported
out
us,
to you.
it's fantastic. And again,
And I love when people show the pictures of
Please do
every
that,
year's
yes.
ornament. That's very, very, very cool, and that's the special package we send out. When is your mission complete? And by the way, someone was saying, thank you all for doing this. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, the mission will be complete likely today. One
Okay.
more drop off at the post office, and then,
Good.
Mike, I know what you're driving at. Saturday is when me and my mom bake.
No, I wasn't driving at that. No, Mr. Brain, I wasn't. I was legitimately concerned. No. To be perfectly honest with you, Rob, I'm trying to get my last 25 to 30 off, and so I don't want, a distraction.
Well, you'll
and
be
I
pleased to
cannot-
know
when-
this year,
when
Mike.
your fruitcake arrives at my house,
Yeah.
that is one of the areas where even with all of my medical assistance, my willpower wanes. That's what it is. But I wasn't thinking
appreciate
about that. I was thinking about you getting them out. So today you get them out to everybody,
Yeah,
which means
so they are
most of
on
them
the
will be
road.
there for
Yeah.
for Christmas.
And the fun thing is when you transport about 75,000 fruitcakes in your car smells awesome.
Oh,
I'm
that's
so
great.
excited
Christmassy.
for everybody to have them. Yeah. Oh, it's the best. It's the absolute
And thank
best.
you, Sharon. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Mac, Appreciate that. And
My whole
will
crew,
you have,
John Hartnett. Yeah.
please, when you're getting them to the post office today, are you going to have anybody to assist you? Will there be anybody?
Just my social worker.
Rob's parole officer will be going to the post office with him. Hey,
No,
way
Mike,
to go,
every box
fruitcakers.
will only have 3 fruitcakes in it at a time.
That's
I'm never
very
going to move
exciting.
more than 3 pounds.
Very, very, very exciting. Yeah. Don't fall trying to lift that 3 pounds with that core straight.
Mike, I felt like an idiot. Robert, are you okay, Dad?
Yeah, we're going into the praying position. We'll take a break. Come back with Nicky right after this, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everybody, 'tis the season for hydration.
Yes.
So no matter where or how you're hydrating this season, Liquid IV is the hydration brand to fuel your well-being. Their hydration multiplier can keep you going through the end of the year and beyond. Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Remember, Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone, all in a single stick. So good and so easy. Plus now available in sugar-free. Choose from 3 delicious flavors: white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. Trust me, lemon lime all the time.
Love it.
I love them all, though. I do. I love. To be honest, I know you think that I like the lemon lime best. I'm a peach guy. I like the peach.
Well, the peach is sort of a game changer. The peach is a relatively
Really
new
fabulous.
flavor, and it's so good. Yeah.
But I love them all, and I drink them all. You will, too. Make it a Liquid IV holiday. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or do this. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Oh, there it is. That music can only mean one thing. It's our main man from Pahrump, Nevada. The man, the legend, in his own mind. The man who cares. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, from an undisclosed location, hiding from creditors. It's been a great, I think, Nicky Diamond, it has been a fabulous NFL season so far, and that's with my Giants sucking wind. But let me be the first to say happy holidays, Nicky. How are you?
Happy holidays to you, to all 3 of you. Oh, I mean 2 of you. Sorry, one person doesn't.
Not here.
care.
Yeah, dog problems, Nicky.
Anyway, yes.
Oscar has dog problems.
Is there a forehead convention in town? Man, big meeting of the foreheads.
There you go. Hey, Nicky, I have to share with you, Oscar's very excited about pursuing, follicle microsurgery to enhance his hairline. I knew you'd be excited about that.
Well, yeah, Oscar, here's a little tip. It's a lot cheaper. Just buy giant glasses, and they cover the forehead. Just Elton John, just Rocket Man, new nickname.
Very exciting.
Rocket Man.
Very, very, very exciting. Nicky, sometimes you're in front of your location. Sometimes you're in the condo. It appears today you might be out in a hotel runway. I don't know what's going on.
I was going to guess you might be in the community party room at the condo.
Are you at the community center today, Nick?
I'm at the Desert Green, yes, getting ready. Big Christmas party this weekend. I will be hosting the bingo. It's going to be the Christmas bingo. It's very
Christmas bingo.
Yes.
Again. How
the
great is
master of
that?
ceremonies, if you will, yes.
That's wonderful. I hope you enjoy yourself. No skimming. I know you've had problems with that in years past.
They don't count too well, so, what's a little off the top? A little Christmas bonus. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Nicky, let's get to it. What do we got this week?
Well, no need to skim, actually, Mike, because we won big last week with those Niners, Come on. They destroyed the Eagles. Also, how about those Packers on Monday night? Look, or Sunday night. But Pats tonight in the Steelers. I mean, what? This is the game we have to watch 2 backup quarterbacks. The Patriots, they scored 13 points in the last 3 weeks. You've lost more than 13 pounds in the last 3 weeks there, Mikey. Look at you. Who am I looking at here, Spiewak? Is that George Clooney? Do I look at George Clooney?
Thank
coming
you.
to Vegas? You want to rob a casino? I got your back there, Clooney. Let's do this. Okay.
Thank you. Dragon Link. Yeah, fantastic. Let's do it. Absolutely.
You used to look at your couple and think, what's she doing with him? Now it's like, hey, how did that girl get that guy? I mean, come on.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Dreamboat, this guy. Anyway, it's the 6-point favorites. I mean, no one's going to score any points. This screams 13-10.
Yeah.
We'll reluctantly bet on the Patriots. Bill Belichick, hey, you're allowed to retire. You hit the top of the mountain. You're rich. You can just call it a day, but whatever. Stick around and go 2-12, you loser. All right. Okay, that was a little bit much. Very successful. All right. Bills-Chiefs, huge game. Bills coming off the bye, 6-6. Outside looking in. Cerrito, are the Bills not going to make the playoff? The friggin' Buffalo Bills. The whole AFC, every quarterback's hurt but 3. You can't make the playoffs. They go into Kansas City. They're getting 1.5. I say it's a must-win, and a must-win Bills. We'll win this game. They will take and beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Chiefs, look, all they can do is really run the ball, and Buffalo's pretty good at stopping the run, so we're going to take the Bills.
All right.
Texas -3.5, which would have made sense when I said that means at the end of the game, they're going to win by at least, they'll be ahead by 4. Get it? Forehead joke. Thanks for not showing up, Oscar. Didn't make sense. All right. Texans -3.5 versus the Jets. I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans because how can you ever take the Jets? I mean,
can't.
It's just, how many quarterbacks do they have? Speaking of backups, maybe that's where Oscar is. Is he going to play for the Jets? Is he playing quarterback? Do they have a giant helmet? I don't know if they can fit that thing.
You miss him. I know you miss him, Nicky. You miss him today.
I miss him.
All your material was Oscar material today.
Oh, so
That's
much
great.
Oscar. It's almost like I prepared it and somebody just didn't show up, but whatever, okay?
It was late notice. It was late notice, Nick. Sorry about that.
All right, Cowboys, Eagles, big game. We saw the Eagles last week.
Yep.
Dallas, 14 straight. I believe they won at home. Dak wins this game. And he plays well. He's your MVP. Dak friggin' Prescott could be your MVP. And I say that's what will happen. They're given 3.5. They win at home. They dominate home. Eagles, look, your record's great, but you're not great. And the Cowboys roll. They're going to light them up. And Oscar, you better get your ass back here next week, okay? Get out of the forehead convention. Do better. Do better. Mikey's lost weight. It's all gone to your forehead. Whatever. Okay.
Thank you, Nicky.
Thank you, Nick.
That's Nicky, ladies and gentlemen.
Close
He's
your
out
breath,
of there.
Nicky.
All his material was Oscar material today.
I know,
What do I
it's
do?
sad
He
when,
said.
it's
He normally
almost as
flips
if-
the screen down. That was interesting, wasn't
Mike,
it?
it's almost as if someone told him about Oscar and then Oscar canceled after that.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's the way that went down. We got to take a break.
Yes,
we've got a flip side coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen, and more fun and more thrills. And that's going to be, I kind of thought that the Eagles would be pissed off after San Francisco and go in and thump the Cowboys, but I forgot the Cowboys are at home. That's the game of the week. And, of course, the New York Giants are playing the Green Bay Packers on Monday night for all the people that don't care.
Quite a contest, won't it?
Yes. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you heard Nicky talking about it. Do you want to lose 21% of your weight? I've lost over 65. I am excited to share with you that DermGlowSkin.com is now your one-stop shop for finally getting control of your weight. That's right. All you have to do is click the weight loss button at DermGlowSkin.com. Then you take the quiz, and you will see if you qualify. You have to. That's because it's doctor supervised. A doctor will write you a prescription. The pharmacy will fill it, and your weight loss medication will be shipped directly to your house, just like it was to mine. These are the real weight loss products, semaglutide and tirzepatide, and you've heard a lot about them. They've been on the news for quite some time now, and if you qualify, you can get them right now at dermglowskin.com. If you are already on it, do what I did. Show the doctor your prescription and easily make the switch. I already did, and I'm still losing weight. Go ahead, get excited, and do it all online right now at dermglowskin.com. If you struggle with weight for too long, just like me, click the weight loss button and begin the best journey of your life. Be like our proud partner, Santa Claus.
Hey!
That's right, the jolly old elf was getting to be a dick because he'd gotten too fat to climb down chimneys, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, too big. Now, thanks to DermGlow, he can access your house through your plumbing if needed. Quite the improvement. Yay for DermGlow. Hit it, Rob Spiewak.
That's my daughter Julia right here. episode. I love that Nicky still did all his Oscar stuff.
He wanted to get that Oscar material.
He really
in there,
did.
The forehead, the hair plugs, everything. Right.
Mike, it's been a while since you've had a real Christmas tree, like one that was cut from the forest.
I can't even remember the last time I had one.
I think they're sort of coming back, or at least the Christmas tree industry wants us to think they're coming back.
Well,
but remember,
I see the places off the side of the road and in the Home Depot, Lowe's parking lots and stuff like that.
The markup is ridiculous, and I used to sell them. I can tell you that they smell nice, but here's what you do: you buy a fake tree and get a wreath. The wreath smells good too, and it's only $15.
What are you now? Because you keep tabs, right? Do you keep tabs on the prices?
A little bit, yeah.
What would like an 8-footer be going for now? Do you
it'll
think?
be 7 to 7.5 feet, and I think they're like $50 at Costco. But if you go to a roadside lot, you're going to be paying $75, I think.
Okay, all right.
And you know how much they pay for them?
It's been there for a while. That price
$1.25. The markup is stupid. But anyway, I digress. When you bring a real tree into your house, you have to realize this, Mike. This was a tree that grew up outside, so you may want to check out what's in your tree before you stand it up. Mm-hmm. This tree, I don't know if you're familiar with The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. This tree actually might belong in Whoville.
Okay.
There is no place like home for the holidays, but what happens when your home is moved inside another home?
A Lexington family recently found an unwanted Yuletide guest nestled in its Christmas
this
tree.
Would creep me
Here's
out.
a look at who was found. A decades-long tradition takes a turn.
Every year. Love it. We pick it out as a family.
When Santa showed up early to the White's house, but with a present the Lexington family did not expect.
I was shocked. I was so stunned.
Rocking around their Christmas tree was an owl, the baby bird blending in with the branches, going undetected for 4 days.
I have 3 dogs. We use this room nonstop.
But the owl was in the house for 4 days.
That looks like a house I'd like to go to for Christmas.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
not if that
look
lady's
like
there.
That looked like a Richie Rich house.
Yeah,
didn't
but
it?
that lady was like, "We do it every year, and there was an owl in our tree, and
that's
I don't know
that's
what
a
to do."
raptor, right? I mean, that's a bird of prey. You know,
It's a
I'm sure she's
carnivorous
lucky she
bird.
didn't get her eyes scratched out.
I do not trust it.
Wow, the owl just hanging out. Amazing that it wouldn't have taken flight prior to it being wrapped up or something
And
like
the
that.
fact that it was there for 4 days. What are you doing? Check
super
it out.
super chill owl. And by the way, that owl, they got rid of it before the owl was able to deliver all its material on Oscar's hair. that was it. Lots of fun. Yeah, sorry about that.
My tip to you, if you have a real tree, before you take it in your house, cut the stump off, take the netting off, and slam it 10 or 15 times as hard as you can on pavement to get the loose needles out and any wildlife. That's what you got to do.
You were going to say slam it on somebody.
Slam it on the owl.
Okay.
This is really weird, Mike. This is, I'll explain what happened here, but there seems to be a trend of people having chickens, even if they don't live in a farm. They have chickens for eggs and all that stuff. And these chickens freeze. Chickens are wild, when they move around, but these chickens stop moving. This looks to me like a glitch in the Matrix.
Okay.
Hello, chickies.
So she's feeding her chickens, and they're moving around.
Hi, babies. Oh, goodness. Where y'all going? Where are you going?
Look, they've frozen.
You ready for some grubs? Let's go. It's grub time. What the fool? Why are they all not moving?
Those chickens are absolutely statuary.
What is happening right now? Babies?
This is a good video day.
Guys.
All right, Mac, thank you.
What was it? Did they explain it?
Yeah, they did. There was a vulture or a hawk in a tree that had lighted that had killed one of their sibling chickens the day before.
So that's
and
their
so
defense
when they
mechanism?
spotted it, they just stood absolutely still. But I would be so flipped out by that.
For my money, doing that is, you're really not playing dead. And if that's all you got, it's a reason why, there are food. I really think so. That's just not the best idea. To avoid danger, usually running and hiding somewhere is the better way to go. Hey, chickens, come on. you know?
Well, they could have it. What is it he says in Napoleon Dynamite? Vicious talons?
Do they have long talons? Tina, eat the food.
Do you know Mrs. O'Mara forever, based on our neighbors up in Maine, has wanted to keep chickens? Have you ever known anyone that's kept them or
people.
wanted to keep them?
Yeah, and you know what? I remember when I was a kid, we had neighbors that did it because they were old people, but they would get the eggs every morning. Fred,
Carla has always wanted a
great.
chicken coop. It'd really go over here in Cocoonville, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
really
fun. You might want to check your regulations before.
Absolutely, the Homeowners Association.
Put it in the garage.
They go. I mean, you can go anywhere and buy them, right? They have the prefab chicken coops, and you just get a few chickens. Anybody can raise them. They're kind of self-sufficient. You just got to clean up the poop once in a while, don't you?
Do you know why a chicken coop only has 2 doors?
Why is that?
Because if it had 4, it would be a chicken sedan.
That's a dad joke, ladies and gentlemen.
I liked that one.
I knew you would weigh in. I knew you would weigh in on that. Do not encourage him. No wonder you fruitcaked with him.
Mike, I got to tell you that today is the first day of Hanukkah. It starts at sundown tonight. Isn't that right, Alan?
Dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay.
God bless
and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play.
Dreidel.
I don't know the rest of the words, but neither do you. You know nothing about Hanukkah, so here we go again. Hey, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. From me to you, have a happy holiday. Miss you guys. Sorry I'm not with you. Take care.
Alan Goodman, ladies
Once
and gentlemen.
a year. Mike, sell me this pencil.
Alan Goodman, and happy Hanukkah to all of our Jewish friends.
Absolutely. And Mike, I can't believe we've gone the whole show and not mentioned it, what today is.
December 7th.
Yeah.
A date which will live in infamy.
Not only Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, but Mike, happy anniversary. 14 years ago today.
14 years.
Yes.
14 years.
Yes.
And God bless you for allowing us to do this. Try harder, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Please, try harder.
A little bit of a 14-year slump.
Just a bit. We love you. We love you, and really congratulations. And I just wish we all could have been here for that celebration, but that's okay.
You know, if they play this 100 years from today, they're just going to assume that Oscar died.
This is true. And Alan Goodman, I have no idea, right? It's been so long, I wouldn't be able to tell you whether he was still in the business, whether he was, I have no idea. How old would he be? I don't know. These are the questions that one has when you think about your past. Greatest general manager in the history, greatest executive that I ever worked with. When I say great, I don't mean great in the skill set of running radio, but just the personality. Just
and he
a
also
delight
understood.
to be around. Fun.
He understood the talent. He was not. General managers aren't normally like that, right? Ken
and
Stevens.
he's perfect for the time. He really was.
Yeah. I actually, Mike, I reached out to him, but he could not get back to me. He's in Atlanta getting his hair done.
his follicles. That's it. We got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to Nicky Diamond. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Rob Spiewak. Oscar, give us an update. Hopefully, your dog Santos is getting surgery that he needs, and that's a young dog for to be going through that. That's a shame. We'll be back with a bonus show tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope you join us for that. If you haven't gotten the bonus show, you are missing out. We'll be back with a brand new bonus show episode on tomorrow on the Mike O'Mara Show. For Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana, Mike McIntosh, and Nicky Diamond, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
With a sexy body and just a knockout 10 figure.
Where are you going? I'm going upstairs. Because I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set. Okay? Do that. I am warning you right now. If you touch my drums, I will stab you in the neck with a knife.
Oh, you should see what it looks like from out here.